outcomes measurement and the state of measurement as a whole for CTV is a really interesting space right now. At Havas Media, our perspective on measurement is always to make sure that we are tying back to the goals of the campaign, regardless of how you would traditionally think of a channel. So while oftentimes we think of CTV as an upper funnel placement and objective, there are often times when we want to perhaps drive a more action-oriented result through it. So we think about our measurement strategy aligned to the objective of the placement for the channel strategy and for the client strategy as a whole. So that could mean looking at brand metrics, but also looking at incrementality measurement, and then making sure that we have the right partners in play to really see that pull through, whether it's through script lift, foot traffic, conversion lift partners, or looking at traditional brand lift studies.
Speaking of strategic, talk to me a little bit about Havas's strategy with measurement.
Yeah, our strategy with measurement as a whole is really about helping our clients understand how their investment is paying off against their strategies, right? We are the stewards of our clients' money, and we want to make sure that we are being smart in how we are placing those dollars. But also understanding not just from an efficiency perspective, but an efficacy perspective. So really, with our converged strategy, we look at things across media and creative. It's our group network strategy, and it allows us to ensure that we are evaluating each channel and the message within that for the audience that we are targeting. So really looking at everything from how is it driving those brand measures to how is it helping facilitate incremental conversions so that we can really ensure that we're balancing between the two, whether that's for CTV specifically or any other channel within the plan, but always making sure that we're tying back to those key objectives for the platform.
And just shifting gears a little bit, how do you help brands leverage programmatic?
Yeah, one way that we've really been looking at using programmatic is moving more into the direction of community marketing. So we know that it's not just, you can't just take a geo or a DMA and say that everyone within this DMA is thinking and acting and behaving the exact same way. We know that there's a lot of microcultures within these areas, right? And as we look at our CTV strategy, especially in programmatic, there's opportunity to use the smart bidding that we can leverage and the hyper-targeted audiences that we can develop to make sure that we are reaching our audiences from more of a community and culture-oriented perspective in that channel, rather than kind of broad mass reach that we would typically use for, large format video platforms.
Okay. And just finally, where do you see innovations in cross-screen measurement going?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of partners talking about reach and frequency and how do we really appropriately balance for that across screens. What is that right mix, and how do we really start having data-driven decisions between where our investments should land across the variety of screens? I think what's going to be particularly interesting from a measurement perspective, especially as the concept of video has broadened so much into social platforms and other formats as well, is how do we really account for, one, the value of second screen behaviors and the complementary nature of that to large format video like CTV, but then also identifying how we can think about cross-screen measurement beyond reach and frequency to understand incremental impact that each additional screen is adding to your conversions.